hashtag replay so that we know that you're there. But join us in this next way more fun here. And welcome, guys. Hey, good evening after that you're at live replay everywhere around the world. But great to be with you today. But if you're here live, about comments if you're not on video right now. We're gonna have a fun night. And I can't wait. The reason why you're on here right now is you had somebody tell you that there might be some unique opportunities that could benefit you and your family. It might have to do with something like these quote unquote skinny drops, body balancing drops, which have been going viral. Like they're literally everywhere. Who here is already using these right now? Put a 1 in the comments. And if not, then you're going to hear all about this and why it's exciting. But it's going viral. Like I'll just give you an example. I've been one of the original partners of these drops for 12 years, me and my wife. But it's only recently that it's gotten pretty interesting. I'm in a conversation yesterday and getting to know somebody online for the first time. And all of a sudden she's like, what do you do? I'm like, well, I sell these skinny drops to help balance hormones and support weight loss and all that. And she's like, what's the name of them? I just bought something like that. I'm like, well, it's these Slenderize, the Slenderize program. She's like, I just started on them. I'm like, wow. All right, it's getting really, really big because of stories like what we're going to feature tonight. Because when something is good, then it travels naturally. It is funny. It's crazy. I was like in business mode, right? I'm like, all right, let's go. But no, anywho. So what we're going to talk about today is a very special topic and with some very special people, because we're going to talk about why Skinny Drops customers are actually choosing to become partners. And in a bit, I'm going to introduce you to the Ias, two of them, Maria and Thea, who are inspirational, some of the top rising leaders in our organization now, but they didn't start like that. So we'll talk about that. And at the end of this, maybe that's where you're at right now. Maybe you're somebody brand new to this. Maybe you don't know what the drops are. Maybe you're on them, but you're not yet a partner. The question is, well, what can this do for you and why do they do it? So at the end, if you're interested, you'll have an opportunity to partner with us, because I'm telling you, these drops are really they're hitting the world by storm. And it's not a matter of if people take a look at them, it's going to be a matter of when, because they're really transforming the world out there. All right. So if you're excited for tonight, give me a big wave or put a me in the comments below. Yes, we got the jazz hands going on here. We're just going to have a lot of fun. All right. But real quick, for those of you that don't know me, I never thought I'd be doing something like this. If you told me when I first got introduced to this that I'd be selling skinny drops, I'd be like, you got the wrong guy. I hated talking to people. I was so shy that I couldn't even order food at a restaurant. Any introverts with me as well too? I never did business before. And I wasn't looking for something, to be honest. I thought I was going to be a medical doctor. But what happened was I got introduced to these products and I saw that they were transformational. I was super skeptical. I used them. I ended up losing 25 pounds in 40 days. And what do you know? Well, if it works, you're going to naturally share the things that you're going to share. In fact, who here has ever recommended a movie, a restaurant, or something you like to somebody and they went there before? All right. We've all done this. Can you imagine? I'm just going to like slap myself on this right now. What if you had a check for every single time you made a referral in your entire life for something? Like, how much extra money do you think you have in your pocket right now? It'd be quite a bit, because we naturally all share the things that we know and like. And many times we just don't. To Maria's like millions, right? Yeah, there's a lot. So what we're going to share with you is a simple way to do that, but to be able to provide something for you and your family. All right. So with that, after that happened, it's changed your life. We've gone around the world with this message, and we want to show you how they're taking these drops, but we're also leveraging some simple systems on social media where, imagine from your phone, while juggling family, while juggling work, while having fun in life, you're able to build an extra $500 a month, an extra couple $1,000s a month. In fact, we have a system that people are leveraging to get to 6 figures in 6 months. Now, you might not want that, but anywhere in between, I'm sure. Who here would agree with me that anything extra for your family would be super nice right now? Anything extra, right? Pay off your bills, save for that vacation. pay for college for your kids, whatever that it is. So how does this all work and what's it all about? It is super nice. Well, the company is called Partner Co. We've chosen to partner with them. Why? A couple things. It's a company that's global. We've been around this. This is actually a company with like a pretty much a 25-year history, but recently rebranded. We have a foothold in 50 plus markets around the world. So imagine an opportunity to actually expand international and have an excuse to go travel if you want, with products that are tested and proven. So it's not just we're saying that it's good, but it's backed by science. It's backed by a lot of clinical studies. If you're a nerd like me, you can go to PubMed and you can look up a lot of the company's products, and that goes over all the amazing brands that we have. We don't only just have these quote unquote skinny drops, but it is one of the main ones. If you want to find out more details on any of those products, talk to the friend that connected you to this, and we can definitely share that with you. But let's talk real quick about what this is and why so many people around the world are loving them. Let me ask this question. Who here knows somebody that would want to either lose some unwanted weight? They'd want to feel better energy. Maybe they're a woman that's going through hormonal changes in their life. Maybe they're experiencing things like hot flashes. Maybe there's somebody that isn't having the best sleep, right? Like there's a lot of these types of I think all of us, right? We all experience these things. So imagine there's a really simple solution that can help support all the above. So nothing I say is meant to treat, diagnose, or cure anything, but we've found that with the Slenderize program, is these 2 droppers, they're homeopathic, natural, put them on your tongue a couple times a day, and they help you support the thyroid and the hormones and balance your body. And as a byproduct, you're able to go out there. I see Tracy with hers. They look real good. As a byproduct, you're able to actually help lose unwanted weight and support all those imbalances. And people are loving them from around the world. We've helped thousands of people. In fact, there's been 1 million sets of these drops sold in the last 12 years. So this is not a small thing, backed by science, and it really, really works. But don't take my word for it. I want to bring up a couple people here that have had amazing transformations. And then I also want to ask them in a bit on why they even decided to become a partner, because you can partner with the company. You can actually partner with a one-time lifetime $30 membership. You get discounts on the products. You can share and earn credit for this. And we'll give you tools. We'll give you state-of-the-art digital marketing stuff. Like you don't have to do this by yourself, and you're in business. Like you could do this at whatever pace that you want. But we found, and I don't know if any of you feel this way, but when I first saw this, I didn't know if I could do this. I didn't know if I wanted to do this. Like I thought I've seen things like that before. Maybe you've experienced businesses like this before. And that was definitely Maria's story. So I want to bring up Maria here because when you look at Maria now, you talk to her now, you would not believe that this was her before. But Maria, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
And you look wonderful. You sound wonderful. You shared with me these photos because Maria, when did you first get introduced to the drops?
Well, I saw Angie, my upline, posting on them. So I was kind of like looking at them. And back in September of 23, I reached out to her and just pretty much asked her, like, okay, tell me about these drops because I've tried everything and nothing's worked. I told her, I've done Weight Watchers, intermittent fasting, but I'm in that whole menopausal age. I've passed menopause, but I still have the menopausal symptoms. And I put on weight and just didn't really, there was really no definitive answer as to why. So I was really looking for something, and I was in just a not good place just within my own feeling of myself. So I reached out to Angie and asked her about them, and she's like, well, how much do you want? And at that point, seriously, I was like, if the scale would move just by 1 pound, I'd be happy.
Wow.
So she's like, okay, let's get you started on them. And I started on them, like I said, back in September. And in the first week I lost 4 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you went from even just hoping and praying just 1 pound was lost, you lost 4. How did
four
that
pounds.
just lose 4 pounds?
Yeah. I was like shocked. Like I was like, oh my God, this works. Like
Wow.
this is the only thing that has worked so far.
Wow. And total now, so what has been What have been all the changes you've noticed just in your own personal health?
Uh, well, 14 pounds, and I did that in six
Wow.
weeks. But my mood, my sleep, my energy, hot flashes. I personally went off hormone replacement therapy. I did speak to
Wow.
my doctor, but I felt like this was helping enough that I wanted to try that. My mother had breast cancer, so I really never wanted to be on hormone replacement therapy. But that was another thing I started because of just desperate to lose weight, thinking that might
Mm.
help. And so after starting the drops, I talked to my doctor and I'm like, I want to like wean off of this. And I weaned off of those. And I haven't taken any hormone replacement now, probably in 3 months. So I'm not taking
Wow.
anything. Um, and I feel great. There was literally, but not taking them, I didn't feel any like weird changes or anything like that. It was like, okay, I feel really good still. Like I was scared, like, oh, if I go off this, that the hot flash is going to come back. Am I going to get moody and irritable? And I
Yeah.
didn't. So that was huge, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. That
Wow.
made me feel really, really good.
And it's huge because you started in September. It's 6 weeks and you lost 14 pounds. You don't have that much to lose, right? But you just want to feel
Yeah.
better, right?
But for me, that was a lot,
It's
for
a
me,
lot.
like somebody to I work out. I relatively eat healthy. Y'all know my vice is my wine. I like my wine. That was one thing I'm like, I'm not gonna not drink my wine. And even with drinking my wine, I lost the weight. And
Wow.
so it was like, oh wow, like I can drink my wine and I can, not saying that everybody should do that.
Right.
I'm just saying it worked for me. But
Why not do it?
yeah.
I had
Yes.
it there at one point. I know that's lame. I'm done. I'm done with dad jokes. So anyhow, no, but that's amazing. Like the reason I bring that up is like now what September was like. Some people are like rolling their eyes right now. They're like, oh, I'm gonna cut that out of the recording. So it's like 7 months ago. But still, basically, you've maintained those results and your health and
Yes.
everything for at
I
least
just
6
went
months.
to Hawaii for 2 weeks. Two
Yeah.
weeks. I consistently took my drops. I drank Mai Tais, wine, ate food, good food, and I came back thinking, oh God, I'm gonna have to start all over again. And I did. I didn't lose weight, but I didn't gain weight.
Come on. That's the dream right
That
there.
was huge. That was huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you go from skeptic that the product is even going to work to now you're a director in the company. Your team is growing. How many boxes have you sold now of the drops?
I lost count, but over 200.
Over 200 guys. If
And
you
that's a
don't
lot of
know,
repeat customers, like people that
wow.
are like legitimately. I just had a text this evening from a gal that is just like, oh my God, I was a size 14, I'm a size 8. Just this huge testimony. It was wonderful. I'm going to post it. But
Nice.
just repeat people, new people, referrals, I mean, it's just going, going, going. It's
Wow.
like every day. I mean, I'm just like sending out one tomorrow.
So
So
200 drops personally. And guys, if you don't know, the business here, you make around $50 per drop sold. So 50 times 200, that's 10 grand, guys. Like that's not small money.
mm-mm,
So like, but you weren't anticipating selling anything. You weren't even
mm-mm.
anticipating this working. So let's be real here. What was your mind state when you first even heard about the business aspect of this?
Well, Angie can attest to this. She said, I want you to join my team. I'm like, no. I said, been there, done that. I've done multi-level marketing before. I've had success, but that was like 20 years ago. That's another
Yeah.
story. But um, other companies that I've joined, it just, number one, I will say saturated markets,
Mm,
too many products, like too many products in the company. And
mm,
it just didn't work, and you get burned out and just, you're done. You're just done.
yeah.
And so I know we have other products in the company, but what I loved about this is these drops were like the main thing for me, that they worked, and like these work. And so after I started using them and saw my results, of course, I met with Angie, and we all
Yeah.
know Angie. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm doing this because they work. It's like, thank you. Yes, PS. Simplicity. That is
Mm,
like, this couldn't be more easy.
yeah.
And so I signed up. I bought a 4 pack, because I was like, well, I'm just gonna buy a 4 pack because I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, and it just didn't stop from there. It
Wow.
just kept on going, kept on going. And it's been a real blessing. It's like the best decision I ever made was to sign up to do this.
Oh my gosh. And it's an
Yeah.
honor to have you because now you're inspiring all of us. So you signed up kind of like, all right, I'll do this. Let's see if this will even sell. And like, was it tough to sell? Like, what was your honest experience in the beginning?
No, I, I post, I think we all know it's like vulnerability with doing
Mm,
this. It's like you want people to look at you and really trust you because that's a
mm,
huge thing.
mm,
We post pictures of other people, but I posted myself and my transformation. I pretty much put out there. If you know me, you know my struggles. You know that I exercise. You know that I eat right, and nothing has
mm,
worked. And this was branching out to what we call our warm market. My friends, my
yeah.
family that know me, that know what I was going through. And man, I posted that, and I was like, my phone kept dinging for
Wow.
Zelle. You just received 150. You just received $150. I was like, what is happening right now? It was like crazy. And I think that was just it, being vulnerable,
Yeah.
opening up about your struggles, and that's something that really works. I
Yeah.
think that, like I said, when you reach out at first to your warm market, to the people that know you and trust you and love
Mhm.
you, that's people come to you. And then it just, like I said, I bought a 4 pack
Yeah.
and it was gone. And then I bought another 4 pack and it was gone. And then my husband was like, just buy the 10 pack. I'm like, okay. But what,
Wow.
we're like, but what if I buy the 10 pack and I don't sell the 10 pack? And then I bought the 10 pack and that was gone. So it was just like crazy. Yeah.
People
And
need
it's been continuing.
people need what these are. That's a real,
Yes.
you need a good product, right? These are
Yes.
things people are praying for, they don't have. And then sharing your vulnerability. Like that's a big thing. And Maria, you're not like a social media influencer. You're did
I
business
didn't
like
used to be.
now you say it now you're growing it, right? You're becoming a really strong influence out there. You didn't come in with you did network marketing back in the day, but it wasn't like a recent huge thing. So
No.
you're just a normal person that had a legitimate experience, but was willing to be vulnerable and share that and then follow a proven system. And now, I mean, you're just absolutely crushing it. So what is this business done for you now? I mean, it's been a 6, 7 months now, but even for your own personal life, like how has this impacted you?
Hugely. A lot of you know that I went surprisingly out on disability from my job back in October, not obviously not expecting to. And it was kind of a blessing in disguise. I mean, I have a knee injury, which stinks, but anyway, but I was able to be home and while getting my treatment on my knee and stuff, and being able to really fully 100% concentrate on doing this. And it grew and it grew and it grew. Um, I'm I'm currently still on disability, but I'm also able to now look forward and not have to go back to that job once all of this is done because of this.
Come
One thing
on.
I took away to this, like when we just went away for 2 weeks, I was like, ugh, normally we'd go away and I'd be like in my head struggling, like, ooh, I'm gonna have to like figure out how to pay the bills when I get back. Like being gone for that long. And I had some vacation time, but not that much vacation time. Um and I was gone for 2 weeks and came back with money in the bank. Like
Come on.
I didn't worry about a thing. And that was one thing I have to say was like the one of the big thing for me was like I just went away for 2 weeks and I was gone for 2 weeks in March, and I still sold 30 boxes of drops in March, being gone for 2 weeks and coming home with money in the bank, bills paid, and not worried about a thing. That's what it's done for me.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Huge congratulations, Maria. We're so proud of you. And
Thank you.
such an early part of your career. But now I want to bring up because it didn't stop. The joy of this business is it starts with you, but then you can pass on this gift to other people. And I know that through that, I want to bring up Thea here, the other Ia. We have many Ias here. So you have an Ia in your name, by the way. I guess Ias do very well in this type of business, so you should just sign up anyway. But Thea, how
You
are
have
you?
to be on Angie's team.
Yes, everyone's an Ia. Thea, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you. So, Thea, you've had quite the spectacular transformation as well, too. But tell us about even your journey on the drops itself. I mean, this was, wow, look at that.
Yeah. So the first picture was back in April. And that's when I pretty much stopped having pictures taken of me. So I got bigger since then. I don't know how much bigger, but I did. So that was back in April. And then it was around October, I'm going to say, that I saw Maria's friend, Kim, who happens to be a friend of mine. And she had shared, you know, her story. And I was like, what the heck is she doing? And so I, you know, the seed had been planted for me in October. I was really interested in what these drops were because I was talking to my doctor over and over and telling her something is not right. And she just wanted to keep putting me on birth control pill. And I don't like that. I wasn't into that. And it was like, I know something. It's like, can't we just test my hormones? Let's just see. Well, I know where we're at. Well, I don't. All I know is I'm sweating like crazy. I want to murder people. Blown up like a ballpark, Frank. Although, you know, the hormones had something to do with my weight gain, but, you know, severe depression had the majority to do with my weight gain. So anyway, but when I heard about the drops and that they were going to balance out the hormones, that's what I was like, okay, I think I want to try this. And so I reached out to, I think I responded to Kim's thing and Maria had commented and said and messaged me. And this was around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. So about a month later or so, maybe a little longer, it was about Thanksgiving. And they told me, you know, the cost and what they'll do. And, you know, she gave me the whole thing and I was just really interested in it. And then I think I bought them right away. Maria might remind me of that one, but I want to say I bought them right away, but I did not take them right away. Yeah. Okay. I did buy them right away, but I knew mentally I wasn't going to be able to do it. November is a very, very tough time for me and my family, and which makes the holidays really tough altogether. And so I just knew I wasn't going to be able to commit to making some changes, but I knew I wanted to make those changes. And so I told myself that but I did dabble with the drops for about 4 days. Okay. So I got a little feel of it. And I was like, oh, I think I like this. You feel like a warm feeling. I'm not sure if anybody else feels that same thing, but I just had this like warm sensation that just felt right. Nothing icky, nothing crazy, you know? And so I was like, okay, I like them, but I'm going to put them away. And so anyway, so then, you know, after Christmas, my birthday's in January. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do something nice for myself. I'm going to do dry January. Okay. And then I will, I'm going to start the drops. So I started my first week of January on the, just stopped the booze, put down the bottle. Okay. I like wine too. And Maria, we like our Chardonnay. And so put that down. And then on January 8th, I started the drops. And within about 5 or 6 days, I want to say I messaged Maria and said, I like these. And I told her, you know, I'm not interested in selling them, but I like them. And then after a little while, I was like, maybe I might want to. I don't know, Maria, I can't remember, but I want to say it was a few weeks. But I started noticing changes right away. Hot flashes gone right away. I was sleeping better. I haven't slept in almost 7 years, you guys. It's been miserable. Okay. And so I started to sleep and I'm feeling refreshed when I woke up. Things like that. So my mood started to get better. I was like, oh, I don't feel like murdering people anymore.
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing. And so, and then it just progressed. And then on February 15th was the day that I looked at myself and I went, oh, I noticed a difference.
Wow.
And so I just took a selfie, which I think you have, it might not have been that one. And I went, oh my gosh, I think if I compare the two, that's the second one is the most recent one. But regardless, I compared the two pictures side by side, and I don't have like these apps that make frames. So I used my Facebook to put them side by side. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then given my history, I have a lot of people in my life that love me. I'm blessed for that. And know that I have been struggling immensely. And I knew that they would want to see this, what you guys are seeing. I knew, especially at the first picture, I was at my son's wedding. And so family, my in-laws and stuff saw me. And so it was shocking because I didn't let anyone see me. And so I knew that I wanted to share, and that was my whole purpose. Yeah. I just wanted to share for people that love me that I'm getting it. I'm okay. Yeah. And I'm gonna be okay. I'm coming out of this. And I told Maria, I'm going to share something, but you comment or I'll comment for you. It was something, we worked it out. I go, but you take it. I don't want to sell it. And she basically came back after I shared it, just like hers. My phone, everything blew up. I mean, it just blew up. And she said, look, you'd be a fool to pass this up. So, and I was a fitness professional, a personal trainer for many years. Wow. Okay, 25 to be exact.
Wow.
And so it was like, well, I'm helping people. I mean, why wouldn't I want to help people? Right?
True.
Helping me. And I swore I would never put the personal training hat back on too. Never
Be
say. Be
careful what you say.
Not that I'm a personal trainer or anything like that.
Right.
The coach is always in me. Okay. Yeah. And so anyway, here I am. 71.
How many boxes have you sold now?
71.
71. It's been around 7 weeks. That's nuts.
It's nuts.
You've gotten multiple promotions. I think last count was manager. Is that right?
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So you went from and let me just ask this question. Why didn't you want to sell them in the beginning?
Well, I've been in the window treatment industry. So, in the operations part of it. So window covering, I worked for a company for a long time, 7 years or so. And I just started my own window treatment business, selling window treatments. Okay. So I literally just had a website built. Okay. Just renewed all my samples, which by the way, are thousands of dollars, like close to $5,000. Okay. Window treatment samples are no joke. And I just felt, I wanted to pour myself into that.
Right.
But the funny thing is I had a friend tell me a few weeks prior to this whole blow up that as a personal trainer, I was still in her head. And she said to me, Thea, no matter what you do, always know that you are born to motivate and to help people. And that is what you do well. So keep that in mind. And I've always known that. I've always known that ever since I was a little girl. I've always liked to help people feel good and empower them to feel better about themselves, that kind of thing. Yeah. And so I just slowly started going, I think I'm going back and am I going to move forward with the window treatments? I want to. I'm going to go on a training in a couple weeks, and I want to, but my new boyfriend, I got a new boyfriend, and so now I'm like all, or what should I say, girlfriend?
Oh
So
my
yeah,
God.
so that's where I'm at.
So good. And look at you now. You're motivating us. Guys, if you're getting motivated by Thea, throw some love in the chat. Seriously. So
Thank
it
you.
sounds like what this has done for you is, there's so many different ways to make money out there, and that's important. But you even compare window treatment business at thousands of dollars versus, I mean, you're already profitable, like almost like week one, right?
Yeah.
Like that's huge. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep, right? So like
Right.
already you're profitable. Also, this is residual. Your customers will come back, right?
Yeah.
Treatments and most
Yeah.
businesses, it's a single time thing.
Right.
But also the purpose. I think that's a very big thing, because every one of you on the line is super smart. We can all get another job, we can all do something else, I'll do another business, but there's something about when you see someone else's life changed and you hear the story and they're like, thank you, Thea. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, how do you put a number amount on that?
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, it's just priceless. It really is. And I say it all the time. You've heard me say it. I hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I haven't turned back.
Yeah.
I had to put ego aside because the sharing, the constant sharing, the twice a day on my Facebook. It was like, oh, I don't really want to do that. And when I told Maria when I first started this, I said, I'm not going to do what you do. I'm not going to share on the Facebook like you do. So don't expect that. And you know what? I sold 10 boxes of drops, like I think before the night ended.
Wow.
And I just want to nurture these 10 people. And this was a Friday. So Saturday, I mean, I bought a box of 10 with Maria, and then I turned around and I bought another box of 10. I ended up having to buy 3 boxes of 10, like right away.
Wow. Wow.
So, because I was, and I'm not going to do any of that. I just want to nurture what I have. I want to be able to be present with the people that buy them from me. And I don't want to have to do all of this. So I was just real a snothead about it.
And look at you now, 70 people later. Oh my gosh. Thea, you're an absolute inspiration. And I know the journey is still unfolding for you. So
Yeah.
thanks for motivating us today. Thanks for doing what you were born to do, because you definitely did that today. Thea, congratulations. This is so amazing, everyone. This is what I love about Maria and Thea's story, is that's like very normal. Like Maria and Thea both, they represent how most people think and feel. And if you are on this line and you're like, man, can I do something like this? Maybe you're hearing about the drops for the first time. Like, is there potential? Typically, we're thinking about things in the past, bad experiences, bad exposures. But I hope that what you gain from today is this is different. The product's different. The systems we have are different. The community we have is different. And it is like what I heard from Thea that was said was, don't you want to help other people? It's like, dang, like the most selfish thing we could do is hold a gift ourselves. So whenever you find something good like this, it's our obligation to share it to the world. And hey, you get compensated for that as well too, and you have the time of your life. So how awesome is that? So guys, I hope you experienced and you had a lot of fun today. If you want more questions or you want to get started with us, get back to the person that connected you with us after this call, whether it's on the drops or to partner with us. It'd be the greatest honor to be able to do that together with you. But I got to give you a little bit of a fair warning and excitement. This company and the stories that you're hearing right now are going to happen more and more and more and more and more. There's a shift that's just happened. Every company goes through these 4 phases: an idea, and then it goes into this growth phase, hypergrowth, and legacy. Right now, we're kind of like around here. But when you have more Pias and Theas, when you have more ideas out there, like this is getting really big, really fast. Drop sales since the last year have increased by 1,800%. which still isn't huge yet. But there will come a time soon that you're going to go down the street and you're going to see the drops everywhere. You're going to go to another city. You're going to see the drops everywhere. You're going to look on social media. You're going to see the drops everywhere. It's not yet there, but we're quickly getting there. And in fact, faster than what we expected. Why? Because they work. Because this is something that people are really looking at. So if you're looking to be a part of something exciting, if you want to be in front of a big wave, hyper recommend and encourage, partner with us right now and just run with it. Dive in. We're going to help support you so we can ride this huge wave of growth in the next couple of years. It's going to be absolutely amazing. All right, everyone. But other than that, hey, thank you, everyone, for being on here. Feel free to mute yourself. Have an amazing night.